Questions atheists cannot answer. Part 1. Philosophical Musings, Life's Ultimate Questions. 1. What is the meaning of life? The search for the meaning of life is a perennial philosophical question that has engaged thinkers for millennia. Various philosophical, religious, and existential perspectives provide diverse answers. Some see life's meaning through the lens of fulfillment, happiness, or contribution to a greater good. Others, particularly existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre, argue that life has no inherent meaning, and it is up to each individual to create their own purpose. 2. What is reality? The nature of reality has been debated since the dawn of philosophy. Realism posits that a world exists independently of our perceptions. In contrast, idealism suggests that reality is mentally constructed. Quantum mechanics and advances in physics introduce even more complexity, challenging our traditional understanding of reality and suggesting that observation itself can affect the state of what is observed. 3. What is truth? Truth is a cornerstone of philosophical inquiry. Correspondence theory asserts that truth is what corresponds to reality. Coherence theory, on the other hand, suggests that truth is a matter of consistency within a set of beliefs or propositions. Pragmatism views truth as what works or has practical effects. Each approach offers different insights into what it means for a statement or belief to be true. 4. Do we have free will? The debate over free will versus determinism centers on whether humans have the ability to make choices independently of any pre-existing conditions. Determinists argue that every event, including human action, is determined by preceding events and laws of nature. Libertarians assert that individuals have free will that cannot be wholly determined by past events. Compatibilists, meanwhile, believe that free will and determinism are not mutually exclusive and can coexist. 5. What is consciousness? Consciousness remains one of the most profound and elusive questions in philosophy and science. Materialists argue that consciousness arises from physical processes in the brain. Dualists, like René Descartes, claim that consciousness is non-physical and separate from the body. Panpsychism posits that consciousness is a fundamental feature of all matter. Each theory attempts to explain the subjective experience of being aware and self-aware. 6. What is good and evil? The nature of good and evil is central to moral philosophy. Moral absolutists believe in objective moral truths that define good and evil. Moral relativists argue that concepts of good and evil are culturally dependent and subjective. Utilitarianism assesses good and evil based on the consequences of actions, aiming for the greatest happiness for the greatest number. Deontological ethics, on the other hand, focuses on adherence to moral rules or duties. 7. What happens after death? The question of what happens after death is explored in various religious, philosophical, and scientific contexts. Many religions posit an afterlife where individuals are rewarded or punished based on their earthly actions. Philosophers and scientists often take a more skeptical or agnostic view, focusing on the lack of empirical evidence for any form of consciousness after death. Existentialists might argue that confronting the finality of death gives life its urgency and meaning.